So dsum is just one database function. There's actually a handful of them that you can use. And they're very similar to some of the more standard type of functions that you use inside of Excel. We just saw dsum, previous lecture. Now let's take a look at another very common function, but we're going to add the D to it, the database, which gives us the ability to add a condition. We're going to take a look at a function here called daverage. And if you took part in the previous lecture where we talked about dsum, it's practically identical. The only difference is you're not summing, you're averaging. So take a look. I've created a little placeholder information here for me to perform this calculation. But now I want to get the average expense. Remember, total expenses here. I want to get the average expense for the category of rent. So I'm going to click over here to I8 and I'm going to create this calculation. So once again, back to formulas, back into insert function, and I want to find the daverage. Let's spell that the right way. Daverage, I'll hit go. There's my daverage. So this is going to average the values in a column, in a list or database that matches the conditions you specify. Just like dsum, but we're now averaging. So I'll hit OK. This is exactly the same as the dsum. First thing, database. Okay, I'm going to go grab my entire database, which was from A1, Control-Shift down arrow, Control-Shift right arrow, to F59. I've now grabbed my entire list. Remember, Control-Shift in your arrow keys. Well, field, remember this one? This is which column or field do you want to actually average. In my case, I'll grab F1. And my criteria. Well, I don't want to average all of total expenses. I only want to average where category equals rent. So I'll grab my header there and the condition, H7 through H8. And that's it. I'll hit OK. And I've now got the average rent, total expense rent, throughout my entire list. Let's try changing it. Let's go from rent to copying. I'll hit my enter key. $11,630 for average expense for copying throughout all my different divisions within this list. So just like the dsum, the only difference is we're not summing, we're now averaging. So once again, try this out. You get some practice in there. You nail down one of these, you're going to know how to work with all of them. And in the next lecture, we're going to take a look at one more database function.